Well. World-class veteran video game critic Michael Does Life. Oh, Michael.
Do you remember how you got here? You've lost your capacity to discern reality from fiction. What's real is here and now. Anything else is just your mind playing tricks on you. It becomes a problem when fantasies endanger us. We don't want anyone to get hurt, do we?
Never got the job for it. They want to play ball with their views and their mentality. People in here just need to wake up and smell that fucking coffee. Not a hater. This is a timeline, Joel!
Find yourself and see. It's the only way you will know who we really are.
Elden Ring is a terrible game. Elden Ring is a terrible game. They shill that shit on Reddit. Elden Ring is a terrible game. Elden Ring is a terrible game. They shill that shit on Reddit.
Lost.
Ladies and gentlemen, folks at home, we're back. Folks at home, the cracks are starting to show. We are out here. We are live. Folks at home, the cracks are indeed starting to show. Folks at home, we are live. You had to lock in, baby, because we're out here. We have limited battery, folks, just how you like it. That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. We are out here, folks. We are locked in, loaded, ready to go. And I'll tell you what, folks, it is time to apologize to Neil Druckmann, okay? It is time to apologize. First of all, before we get started, folks, let's just acknowledge the fact that Neil Druckmann is hot, okay? And if you start disagreeing with that, we might start banning, okay? Now, look, if you think Neil Druckmann isn't hot, that means you're a homosexual, okay? Because at the end of the day, I know for a fact that Neil Druckmann is hot. But you guys want to sit there and perpetuate this idea that, oh my God, Michael, he's not hot. I'm straight. Shut up. No one cares. Him. So let's go ahead and talk while we have some time here. The battery is draining rapidly. So make sure you tell your friends that we're live, because we're not going to be live for long, folks, okay? This is a short show, short and sweet, just how you guys like it. Hell yeah, brother, we appreciate that. Let's get them through. Let's pack them in. Let's do what we got to do out here, folks. We're out here. We are live. The Last of Us Part 1 remake is coming in September, folks, and I'll tell you what, it looks fantastic. Now, you know, these stupid idiots online just want to sit there and complain. Now, the reason why they're complaining isn't because the game looks like shit, isn't because it's not worth it. It's because they don't have a PS5 and they're jealous. I mean, it's really that simple. They don't have a PS5 and they're jealous. It's really that fucking simple.
Wrestling Face donated £5 through Super Chat. SummerSlam tonight under the new leadership of Triple H. It can only get better. Let's get it. Bear, 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 bear. People wrestling, people wrestling.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, by the way, appreciate a Wrestling Face coming through with the $5 super chat. Holy shit, what is going on? I can't even see the screen, folks. Troy
Sports and Games donated $5 through Super Chat. Return of the King, Crown.
That's what we're talking about. Hell yeah, brother. We appreciate that. Troy Sports coming through. Wrestling Face coming through. Look, at the end of the day, you're going to have to agree out here, okay? If you don't agree, we're going to start banning, okay? Neil Druckmann is hot. First of all, let's establish that, okay? Neil Druckmann is hot. Let me ask Siri, okay? I'm going to ask Siri. You guys are not listening. You guys never listen, okay? It's a non-listening fucking session in here. Oh, Michael, I love The Last of Us, but I don't love it enough to buy it again on PS5 because you are a stupid idiot. Hey, Siri.
Good afternoon.
Is Neil Druckmann hot?
I found this on the web.
Who's autistic now? Okay, let's first establish that Neil Druckmann is hot. I think we've already done that. And let's establish the fact that, first of all, when The Last of Us remake came out on PS4, okay, let me just tell you this right here and right now as the bugs get on this thing. When The Last of Us remake, when The Last of Us, whatever it's called, came out on PS4, okay, I sat out here and I told you guys, I didn't sit out here, but I told you guys many years ago, okay, back in 2013, 14, whenever, I told you guys that that was a ripoff, and they didn't want to sit there and listen. They wanted to sit there and say, oh, that's not a ripoff, Michael. That's not a ripoff, Michael. I can't wait to buy The Last of Us again on PS4, Michael. What you talking about there? Go to hell, you ain't nothing but a clown.
Death cited 666 donated $5
Let's
through
go,
Super
baby.
Chat. Imagine not having a PlayStation 5.
Exactly. Imagine not having a PlayStation 5. Well, I mean, you can't go to the store and get one. Believe me, I tried in LA. I looked. There was no PS5 anywhere to be seen. They had a display version, but not one that you could buy. So it's still a hard console to get, okay? It's still a very hard console to obtain. But at the end of the day, folks, what I could tell you is that people were bitching about World Class, saying, oh, Michael, how dare you critique Naughty Dog? The Last of Us on PS4 is going to be so amazing. But really, when you look at the jump and the gap, okay? When you look at the jump and the gap, okay? When you do those things, when you look at the jump and the gap, okay? There is a bigger gap from PS4 to PS5 than there was from PS3 to PS4. Now, what that means is that this is worth your money and that you should go out and buy this immediately, okay? And I'm not being sarcastic. If you can't afford $70, then you shouldn't own a PS5. Period. End of story. If you can't afford $70, then you shouldn't own a PS5. It's really that simple. Buy Welfare Pass, okay? It's on Xbox. If you can't afford $70, then don't own the PS5. Sell the damn thing because you can still make decent money off it, okay? And at the end of the day, subscribe to Welfare Pass. Duh! Duh!
I'm a fucking devil donated $4.99 through Super Chat. Michael, Naughty Dog dropped the ball.
No, they didn't.
They think we're stupid idiots to be buying their
How did they drop the ball? I'm going to call Neil Druckmann right now. What do you think I was doing out in L.A.? Building connections, okay? I got Neil Druckmann's fucking phone number. I'll call him right now, okay? How do you think that this is a sham when at the end of the day, this is a bigger leap than when they initially remade it on PS4? Okay, the reason why it's called the remake is because they already called it a remaster on PS4. They don't want to confuse the normies. Duh! Why don't you put your damn thinking cap on and get outside for once, okay? You guys want to sit there and say, oh no, Michael, you're so wrong. Oh no, Michael, you're so wrong. How am I wrong? If I could show you the damn game, I would. But that's too complicated, okay? You guys need to start looking at this and start assessing the situation. There are multiple improvements here across the board, and the game looks dated. The game came out in 2014. It's a PS3 game. Okay, the framework of a PS3 game. It got remastered on PS4 in 2014, and now they're putting it back on PS5 for $70, which, you know, again, if you can't afford $70, then you shouldn't own a PS5, period. There was no point to buy a PS5 when you damn well knew that at the end of the day, the games were going to be more expensive, especially the first-party exclusives, okay? Now, here's the thing. Here's the thing that, you know, grinds my gears, baby. if Sony came out and said, we're going to remake Bloodborne, give it 60 frames, and say, that's it, you guys would spend 70 on that, no problem, okay? But when Naughty Dog, when they come out of the woodwork and they give you literally the definitive edition of The Last of Us, you guys want to sit there and bitch and whine and complain 24/7. But if Bloodborne came out with a 60 frames patch and they charge 70 for that, you wouldn't have a problem. See, I know how you guys operate. I know how you guys operate because you're like, oh, I hate The Last of Us too. I hate Abby. So fuck Neil Druckmann and fuck The Last of Us 1. Fuck the whole damn thing. It's such a sham. Oh my God, $70 for what? Oh, they just didn't do anything. Oh my God, what are we going to do? You're going to shut up.
Lost Gamer donated $5
Let's go,
through
baby.
Super Chat. Bend over and smell my cunt.
We're lagging out here,
Squirting
folks.
and queefing on Neil Druckmann's face. Men holding hands. Men holding hands. Neil Druckmann is a cutie.
Well, I mean, he's hot. I don't think he's cute. I think he's sexy. I mean, I think there's a massive difference, too. Because when you look at Neil Druckmann, it's quite clear that, man, that ponytail, I'll tell you what, love to pull that one. So, and, you know, they went out and they bought Elden Ring. Elden Ring sold 20 million copies, okay? Here's the thing. Elden Ring sold 20 million copies or some stupid bullshit like that, okay? It's all bullshit. There's no way that game sold 20 million copies. But even if it did, the refund numbers are incredibly high. They took that bullshit back to the store, okay? That's what happened. But at the end of the day, folks, let me tell you this, okay? They bought Elden Ring! Okay, they bought Elden Ring for $60. Now, here's what From Software does. They repackage every game. It's the same ass game, same animations, you know, same asset flip that it's been for multiple years, and everyone has no problem with that, okay? But when Naughty Dog is trying to not change the formula, because why would you change The Last of Us? Why would you add in a maneuver where Joel can go prone, okay? Why would you add in a maneuver where Joel could go prone? Why would you add a dodge mechanic? Because that's not The Last of Us 1. That's The Last of Us 2. So you're arguing about, well, oh my God, they did nothing. When they clearly did more here. They literally did more. The PS5 edition has put, there's more work that has been put into it than the PS4 remastered edition. That I know and that I can tell you. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to dissect shit like that, okay? But at the end of the day, you guys want to go out and buy Elden Ring, and you have no problem with Elden Ring. You're like, oh, Michael, I love Elden Ring, Michael. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Shut up and take my money From Software. But, you know, when Naughty Dog does this, and they're not changing the formula because they want to keep it intact and honor the original game, you guys have a problem with it. Again, if 70 is too much, you should sell your PS5 and get on welfare pass on Xbox, because that's the option for you. Clearly, you know, the PS5 was not a great option for you if you can't afford 70, because that's what Sony's doing. They're throwing these games out, whether you like it or not. They're going to remake, they're going to remaster, they're going to do this, they're going to do that, and they're going to charge 70. And that's just the way it is on PS5. And if you don't like it, like I said, welfare pass, you can get on that and play nothing, okay? So, you know, you guys want to call... We're going to have to call Siri right now because you guys aren't listening. Which is great because we have limited battery time out here. Hey, Siri, how many stupid idiots are watching?
One sec. I found this on the web.
Oh, Lord. Well, that photo is incredibly hot out here, folks. It is incredibly hot out here. It is so incredibly sad. We'll have a video on this soon, but I'll tell you what, people don't want to listen in here, and it's so incredibly sad. I don't know what to tell you guys. You know, we can go on and on and on and out here, but you guys don't want to listen. And I told you guys at the end of the day that this is the way the cookie's going to crumble. So, you know, you could sit there and go, oh, but Michael, but at the end of the day, you're not helping, okay? So let's see how much battery life we have. I can't even see the screen, okay? But we probably don't have too much. And that's actually a great thing here. 73% on the battery, folks. 73% on the battery, okay? 73% on the battery. 73% on the battery. So let's go ahead and try and take some of these calls, but I don't know if this is going to work because I haven't tried this before. So let's go ahead and see if this is going to work, folks. Of course, you know the number. I'm not going to tell you the number. So if you don't know the number, then I'm not sure what I can do for you, but I'm pretty sure that you know the number. So with that said, that's just what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and take your calls and let's argue about The Last of Us because I know you guys don't agree, and that's fine. Oh, we got to sign in. That's fantastic. Well, I don't know if this is going to be obtainable, but let's see if we can make this happen, make it pop in a way that makes sense here, folks. But we got to move the wheels rather quickly because the battery life is dragging rapidly. Alrighty, we are signed in, folks. You can now call in. Okay, I don't know if they're going to be able to hear you, but we're going to see if we can make this work in a way that makes sense, folks. We're going to see if we can make this work in a way that makes sense. Yeah, I think the computer is struggling out here for some reason, but it is what it is. So let's go ahead and figure this out. Can you hear? Oh, the lines are open. The lines are open, ladies and gentlemen. The lines are open. Continue without audio. Fantastic. Hello, you're on the air.
Hello, Michael.
Hello, you're on the air.
Can you hear me, Michael?
Hello, you're on the air. I already know who this is. I already know who this is. This is why I don't like doing this, because it's so fucking predictable. Not that we hate the callers that call in every fucking 5 seconds, but we're going to have to fix this, buddy.
I'm unable to hear you, Michael.
Yeah, I know.
My volume is all the way up.
Yeah, it should be working. It should be working.
Sir?
We're going to have to switch you
It's
over
gonna
here. We're just
leave
going
me
to...
on
Can
the
you
air.
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We're going to have to fix this, buddy.
Can you hear me now? Oh, Lord.
My volume is all the way up.
Can you hear me now? All right, we're going to move on to the next caller, and it must be on his end because my stuff is working, so this is why we don't do calls, because it's just a fucking technical nightmare. So we're going to close the lines. We don't need to talk to anyone anyway, okay? You can come out to LA and meet me if you want, but right now we're not taking calls because there's no point to do that. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is, folks. So we're just going to wait for the battery to drain, and then we'll conclude the show here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the show for what it was, but... you know, that's the end of it because we don't have much more to say out here and you guys don't want to participate in the conversation. So, you know, it is what it is, but I'll tell you what, this game is going to sell millions of copies, okay? It's going to be selling millions of copies. So it's going to be the best-selling Last of Us game of all time. It will. It's just going to take some time because no one has a PS5. But the people that are complaining about the price point and how they didn't add this and how they didn't add that, they don't have a PS5. So that's really where the hate is stemming from. You know, people just can't handle it. Let's see if we can pull something up real quick before the battery dies. Okay, let's see if we can pull something up real quick before the battery dies here. And I'll tell you what, folks, you guys obviously weren't ready for the return of World Class, so maybe we need to end the show permanently because you guys can't quite clearly handle it, but that's pretty predictable, isn't it? Alrighty, let's go ahead and see if we can figure this out and do so in a way that makes sense. Did OBS crash? Probably. All right, we're going to open up this, folks, right here. That isn't what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. But we can get to where we want to be right here. So, Last of Us Part 1 on PS5 right here. Look at this. Unbelievable, unreal. What is it doing? Oh, Lord. That doesn't look good. What is it doing? Experience the emotional storytelling and unforgettable characters of Joel and Ellie in The Last of Us, winner of over 200 Game of the Year awards, now rebuilt for PlayStation 5, okay? Enjoy a total overhaul of the original experience, faithfully reproduced, but incorporating modernized gameplay, improved controls, and expanded accessibility options. Plus, feel immersed with improved effects and enhanced exploration and combat. Last of Us Part 1 includes the complete Last of Us single-player story and celebrated prequel chapter Left Behind, okay? So what's the problem here? What is the problem here? Like, it lays it out. I don't understand what the problem is here. I really genuinely don't understand. Well, that's why I can't argue with these stupid idiots, because they don't even know why they dislike it. They don't know why they dislike it. They wish they could. Well, I mean, they dislike it because they can't get it. They don't own a PS5. They're stuck with their little PS4, and that's a situation for them. And for the people that have a PlayStation 5, this is going to be the game. I mean, if you have a PlayStation 5, you're probably buying this game. I mean, it's a pretty simple philosophy, bro. It really is a pretty simple philosophy, but people don't want to listen. They just want to sit there and go, oh, but Michael, you're so damn wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. And it's like, why would you defend Naughty Dog? They trying to come out here and they trying to just do very little, do the bare minimum, Michael, and you trying to defend. We've already bought this game, Michael. We don't need to buy it again. And it's like, this is literally the definitive edition. I mean, I'm not going to show you before and after. You can see that shit for yourself on YouTube and plenty of other websites. But at the end of the day, it is quite clear that this is going to be the definitive edition. And, for a story game like this, the cutscenes, the character models, all of that needs to be revamped. All of that needs to be revamped because, it's about the emotional pull. It's about the emotion in their face. And now with the new technology and the new engine and all of that stuff, they can actually incorporate it in a way that makes sense. So when Neil Druckmann came out and said that this is going to be the definitive edition, the best way to play this game, he's not lying. He's not wrong. You can disagree with the price point, but at the end of the day, that just means you don't own a PlayStation 5. And if you do own a PlayStation 5 and are bitching about the $70 price point, then like I said, sign up for Welfare Pass. That's more in line with what you can do. And enjoy the games, the 5 indie games they have on Welfare Pass. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple, but you guys want to argue for no reason about this, which I don't understand, really, to be totally frank. They got the deluxe edition here, the legendary Firefly edition here. This is fantastic. What does the Firefly edition entail? Pre-launch day. You get 4 comics reprint, new cover art, and early in-game unlocks. The fuck was that noise? It's so sad, folks. It really is so sad. They want to defend Elden Ring, like I said. They want to defend Elden Ring, which is an asset flip. They've been reusing the same animations and all of that stuff for multiple years, multiple games. And you guys want to complain about, well, it doesn't have The Last of Us 2 gameplay. And it's like, if it had a carbon copy cut out of The Last of Us 2 gameplay, you know what that would mean? That would mean, Jesus Christ, that you're playing The Last of Us 2. It's The Last of Us Part 1. They're honoring that. That's why they're not implementing the prone. That's why they're not implementing the dodge, because those are mechanics that are more suited towards Ellie and Abby and their story and their journey in The Last of Us Part 1. But again, people want to complain and bitch for no reason. I don't care, dude. If you're that retarded to not figure this out, then I don't know what to tell you. It's really that simple, because the manufactured outrage on this is just that. It's manufactured. It's all fake. It's all bullshit. And it's just a bunch of jealous fucking PS4 owners who can't get a PS5 or anything like that. So I don't know. It's just a tough situation for those people. But, at the end of the day, believe me, you're not missing out on too much, because at the end of the day, I'll tell you what, folks, it is really so incredibly sad. They don't want to listen. They wish they could listen, but they don't want to listen. And but Michael, let's go ahead and talk about this and do so in a way that makes sense, Michael. Let's go ahead and talk about this and do so in a way that makes sense. No, let's not talk about it, because you guys have no talking points. You guys have no talking points, and it's very evident. So with that said, folks, we're going to end the show here. Appreciate you guys for tuning in, tagging along, supporting the show, and